You mentioned old media, and I don't know if you looked at it, but it's still a few months away. The Record Store Day release
I'm glad you brought that
list
up.
came out, and if you did you look down that, because there's a
I did
lot of good
not.
stuff on there.
I have one in
A lot of
particular
good
though,
stuff.
but go with some of the things you saw that jumped off the page,
Oh
Taco.
gosh, I was hoping you had looked at it, so I wouldn't have to try to remember.
Well, while you do that, I'll tell you the one that jumped off the page.
Go for it.
That absolutely I have to have, because this year I had yet to see one release for Record Store Day that I almost every year, not every single year of my life, but most times I grab at least one release on RSD Day.
Me too.
And this year it's a little earlier. Just mark your calendars. It's usually closer to the 20th. It's on the 12th this year. And Post Malone, who I would have never had a good word or even just any word, like I'd just be neutral to almost maybe closer to negative on Post Malone for right or wrong reasons. Until the Bonnaroo show last year, where that what stage was as explosive, like literally, sorry to use a word I hate, it was exploding. It was like some of the best pyrotechnics and stage production I have seen. I couldn't leave the Post Malone show. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. So when I heard he had an RSD release, I had to take a look at it. And it's his COVID sessions of his Nirvana. Electric, just plain, not like changed up versions, just, hey, because we're bored, we're all going to connect on 3 different Zoom calls, and we're going to play Nirvana songs just like they're written. Here we go. Bow down. Like, and it's pretty good. And they're releasing that on a colored vinyl in an RSD release, and I have to have it for my Nirvana 90s love and because of my newfound appreciation for Post Malone. So that is my this year's RSD
There
have
you
to
go.
have.
Yeah, one that jumps out at me is this Rainbow Kitten Surprise RKS 10th Anniversary album. That's one of my favorite albums, and I have the original on vinyl, so picking up the 10th anniversary looks pretty cool.
See, there's a lot of different approaches to Record Store Day. There's re-releases, there's just colored vinyl only releases, and then there's specific only to that day releases. I tend to gravitate to the specifically released for only those day releases because I think it gives me a sense of scarcity a little bit. Sure. That might not be real, but that's what I feel in my head when I purchase. Like, oh, there's only 2,000 of the 20,000 or 200. Yeah, I got it. Doesn't really mean anything, but yeah, a lot of different approaches you can take to Record Store Day.
Well, and all these releases, not every record store is going to get every single one. Our record store in town might just get a handful of these. So you sometimes you never really know. I think you might be able to kind of call them ahead of time and see what they're going to get and if they can get it. But otherwise, it's kind of the luck of the draw. So it's good to have a few in mind just in case the one you really want isn't there.
It's taken a long time, but that little niche idea every year has really worked for the industry. Yeah. But it's also, boy, I mean, we know the owners here of record stores, and you can talk to them. It's a dangerous game to buy up a bunch of inventory, in anything in our economy these days that involves retail and inventory. It's such a way to back yourself up or a way to have a big day, and if you run out, you piss people off. They don't come back. Like that's a recipe I do not want to have any involvement in. Just sounds.
Yeah, that's why we're not business people.
I know.
That's why there's no more quarter records.
That's right, Quarter Brothers Records. That's exactly right.
That's why we're broke.
Yeah, thank God for Chad.
Also true.